Stoicism for Women. 10 Stoic Lessons to Become a Better Woman. Feeling overwhelmed by endless expectations from others and yourself? You're definitely not alone. Are you constantly juggling a never-ending list of expectations from the world? And let's be honest, from yourself. Do you ever feel like you're spread thin, overwhelmed, and that your best efforts just go unnoticed or are taken for granted? If you're looking for a way to find strength, peace, and purpose in the middle of all that modern chaos, you are in exactly the right place. For a long time, Stoicism was often seen as a philosophy just for men, but its timeless wisdom on resilience, virtue, and inner peace is for everyone. Scholars usually divide Stoicism's history into 3 phases: the early, middle, and late Stoa. It was during the late Stoa, in the Roman Empire, that one philosopher stood out. His name was Musonius Rufus, and he argued something pretty radical for his time, that men and women have the same capacity for virtue and reason. He believed that a philosophical education was just as critical for women as it was for men. Today, we're exploring 10 of those timeless Stoic lessons, reimagined for the modern woman, a practical roadmap to becoming more resilient, centered, and truly unshakeable. Lesson 1. Focus only on what you can control. The first, most foundational lesson in Stoicism is learning to separate what's in your control from what isn't. So much of our anxiety, frustration, and sadness comes from trying to manage things we have zero power over: what other people think, the traffic, a partner's mood, you name it. The Stoics teach that your real power is in mastering your inner world, your thoughts, your judgments, and your actions. Let's say you were overlooked for a promotion you know you deserved, and you suspect bias was a factor. The decision itself is external. It's outside of your control. Getting stuck on the unfairness of it will only drain your spirit. A Stoic response means turning your focus inward. You can control how you react. You can choose to keep your integrity, to keep developing your skills, to ask for feedback, and to plan your next strategic move. You can't control the bias of others, but you can control your refusal to be broken by it. So ask yourself, where is my energy going? Is it spent on things I can influence or things I can't? Taking that energy back is the first step toward real peace. If this is already clicking for you, take a second to like this video and subscribe for more practical wisdom. It really helps our community grow and reach other women who need this message. Lesson 2. Seek virtue, not validation, in a world running on social media likes, performance reviews, and the silent pressure to be the perfect mother, partner, or professional. It's dangerously easy to outsource your self-worth. We start measuring our value by how others see us. Stoicism invites us to a more radical, stable source of confidence: virtue. The Stoics defined virtue with 4 core qualities: wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance. They argued that true worth doesn't come from praise or status, but from living by these principles. It's about who you are, not how you're perceived. Instead of chasing likes, focus on acting with kindness and integrity, whether anyone is watching or not. Instead of needing constant approval from your boss, focus on creating work that meets your own high standards. When your self-worth is tied to your character, no one can take it away from you. It doesn't crash with a negative comment or a bad day. This isn't to say you shouldn't be proud of your achievements, but to see them as the result of your character, not the source of it. Your value is built in. By focusing on virtue, you build a foundation of self-respect that no external opinion can ever shake. Lesson 3. Embrace adversity as a teacher. Nobody asks for hardship. Our first instinct is to resist pain and see obstacles as things that are just plain bad. But the Stoics offered a game-changing shift in perspective. The obstacle is the way. They taught that adversity isn't just something to be tolerated, but a chance to grow. It's the gym for your character. Think about a painful breakup, losing a job, or a health scare. These things hurt, but they are also powerful teachers. A breakup can teach you about your own resilience and what you truly need in a partnership. A professional setback can teach you humility and push you to discover new strengths you didn't know you had. Just like fire forges metal, our character is strengthened in hardship. Marcus Aurelius once wrote that a blazing fire makes flame and brightness out of everything that is thrown into it. When you're facing a tough time, try asking not, "Why is this happening to me?" but "What can this teach me? And how can I use this to practice courage, patience, or wisdom?" This simple switch turns you from a victim of your circumstances into an active participant in your own growth. You learn deep down that you are stronger than your setbacks. Lesson 4. Practice self-discipline and set boundaries. For so many women, the pressure to be agreeable, to be the nurturer, to accommodate everyone is huge. We overcommit, say yes, when we really mean no, and stretch ourselves thin for others, often at our own expense. The Stoic virtue of temperance, or self-discipline, is the perfect fix. But self-discipline isn't about harsh rules or punishment. It's about being intentional. It's the strength to act on your values, not on a passing mood or someone else's priorities. A huge part of this is setting boundaries. When you're tempted to take on one more project you don't have time for, temperance is what allows you to pause and protect your energy. It's saying no, gracefully but firmly, not because you're selfish, but because you respect yourself. This discipline also applies to our own desires and emotional habits. It's the power to resist a little retail therapy after a terrible day, or to bite back a hot-tempered comment in an argument. When you master your impulses, you're no longer their slave. You are in the driver's seat of your own life, making conscious choices that serve your long-term peace and goals. Lesson 5. Respond, don't react. There is a small space between what happens to us and how we respond. In that space is our power. This is one of the most practical, life-changing lessons from Stoicism. A reaction is automatic. It's instinctive. It's driven by pure emotion, like snapping back when you feel criticized or panicking when plans fall apart. A response, on the other hand, is conscious, thoughtful, and guided by your best self. Imagine a coworker says something critical about your work in a meeting. The immediate reactive impulse might be to get defensive, feel embarrassed, or fire back. The Stoic practice is to create a pause. Just take a breath. In that tiny moment of stillness, you get to choose. You could ask a clarifying question. You could consider if there's a grain of truth in the feedback. You could decide to address it calmly and professionally, right then or later. This practice takes away the power that difficult people and stressful situations have over you. Your peace no longer depends on everyone else behaving perfectly. By choosing to respond instead of react, you hold on to your inner calm and your dignity, no matter what's happening around you. It's a superpower at work, in parenting, and in every relationship you have. Lesson 6. Accept impermanence. The Stoics ask us to face a truth we often run from. Everything is temporary. Our relationships, our jobs, our health, even our own lives. This isn't supposed to be depressing. Quite the opposite. Remembering that life is short, a practice called memento mori, or remember you must die, is a powerful tool for living with gratitude and purpose. When you truly accept that everything changes, you stop clinging so tightly to things, which is where so much suffering comes from. When kids grow up and leave home, or a career you loved ends, fighting that change is what creates pain. Embracing it as a natural part of life's flow lets you adapt and find new meaning. Plus, thinking about impermanence makes your priorities crystal clear. Is that silly argument really worth your limited time and energy? Are you waiting to tell someone you love them? Are you putting off something that truly matters to you? Memento mori nudges you to live fully and authentically right now. It helps you appreciate the small, beautiful moments, a great conversation, a quiet walk, because you know they are precious and finite. Lesson 7. Cultivate gratitude and appreciate simplicity. Our culture is constantly telling us we need more, a better job, a bigger house, a newer phone. It's easy to get trapped in a state of always wanting what's next. We focus on what's missing instead of what's here. Stoicism offers a powerful solution. Practice gratitude and appreciate the simple things. Seneca, one of the great Stoic philosophers, said we should cherish what we have without comparing it to what others have. Gratitude flips your focus from scarcity to abundance. Instead of envying a friend's fancy vacation, you feel thankful for your own cozy home. Instead of being down about not being further in your career, you feel grateful for the skills you've built and the work you get to do. A simple but powerful exercise is to end each day by naming 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be big things. It could be the taste of your morning coffee, a kind word from a stranger, or the simple fact that your body is healthy. This practice literally retrains your brain to see the good that's already in your life. It builds contentment and quiets down envy, anchoring your happiness in what's real, right here and now. Lesson 8. Be mindful of your thoughts. The Stoics were basically the pioneers of cognitive therapy. They understood a profound truth thousands of years ago. It's not events that upset us, but our judgments about them. Our thoughts create our reality. A tough situation can be framed as a total catastrophe or as a manageable problem, and that frame determines how we feel and what we do. This is especially powerful for tackling things like imposter syndrome or negative self-talk. When the thought, "I'm not good enough," pops into your head, Stoicism tells you not to just accept it as a fact. Instead, look at it logically. Is that thought really 100% true? What evidence do you have against it? You can fight back by remembering past successes and reframing the thought with a little self-compassion, like, "I am capable, and I'm always learning." Being mindful of your thoughts means becoming an observer of your own mind. You learn to spot the unhelpful, irrational patterns without getting swept away by them. This inner awareness lets you consciously choose better, more constructive thoughts, which protects your peace and empowers you to face any challenge with a clear, resilient mind. Lesson 9. Maintain your inner citadel. The Stoics used a brilliant metaphor: the inner citadel. Think of it as a fortress inside your mind that no outside force can ever break through. This fortress is your inner peace, your rational mind, and your core values. No matter what's happening in the outside world, a chaotic job, a family crisis, or social turmoil, your inner citadel can stay standing, safe and sound if you keep it strong. So how do you build this fortress? By consistently practicing the other Stoic lessons we've talked about, focusing on what you control, responding with reason, and living by your virtues. You also strengthen it with things like meditation, mindfulness, or even just taking a few quiet moments to center yourself during a busy day. When you feel overwhelmed by stress, you can retreat into your citadel. This isn't about ignoring the problem. It's about facing the problem from a place of calm, strength, and clarity instead of letting it consume you. Your peace becomes a choice you actively make, not something that depends on a perfect, stress-free life. It's the ultimate source of emotional resilience, allowing you to be a calm, steady presence for yourself and others, even in the middle of a storm. Lesson 10. Lead by example. The final lesson is about bringing all the others to life through your actions. The Stoics believe the best way to influence others isn't with words, but by living the philosophy. You don't have to give a speech about resilience. You show it when you face a setback with grace. You don't need to lecture about justice. You practice it by treating others with fairness and compassion. For women in any kind of leadership role, whether you're a manager, a mother, an organizer, or just a good friend, this principle is incredibly powerful. Your calm in a crisis, your integrity under pressure, and your kindness in everyday moments create a ripple effect. You become a source of strength and a model of virtuous living for everyone around you, inspiring them with your character, not with your commands. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. The same holds true for a good woman. Live your values. Embody your principles. Your quiet, consistent example will be the most powerful statement you ever make. Conclusion. These 10 Stoic lessons aren't just abstract ideas. They're a practical toolkit for living in the modern world. They offer a way to navigate the unique pressures and expectations placed on women with grace, strength, and real wisdom. They teach us to find our worth inside ourselves, to turn adversity into an advantage, and to cultivate an inner peace that no one can ever take away. The journey to becoming a more resilient, virtuous, and unshakeable woman isn't about being perfect. It's about making progress. It's about choosing every single day to focus on what you can control and to act with character. The strength you're looking for? It's already in you. Stoicism just gives you the key to unlock it. Which of these lessons hit home for you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's build a community of strong Stoic women supporting each other on this path. Thanks for watching.